It really has been a very interesting time for the ANC North West, hasn't it? Well, political analyst Omry Makgoale joining us. Now, Omry, good to have you back on ENCA with us. Always good to speak to you. Before we talk about the new leadership and the issues that they are going to have to deal with leading up to the elective conference later in the year in December, I want to get your thoughts. So we're hearing some disgruntled members in the ANC North West wanting to go all the way to the Constitutional Court. And yet again, here we are talking about an ANC conference and the courts are having to get involved. What do you make of that?
Yes, I'm not surprised with that because our biggest problem at the moment is accreditation of delegates to every conference of the ANC where elections are involved. Accreditation of delegates. And it's because of the vote rigging inside the ANC, the gatekeeping inside the ANC. So some of the comrades are actually left outside, without good reasons. And that's why they feel that maybe they should go to courts to address their problems, because internally the ANC is still, I would say a captured organization. It's not in a position to actually cleanse itself in a proper way at the moment.
Why is the accreditation such a problem? Is this down at the branch level? Omry, can you help me understand what actually goes on with this gatekeeping that you're talking about? Why would there be gatekeeping? Why would we want to see ANC members who are not supposed to be there getting in and casting votes? What would be the game plan behind that?
Basically, it's about capturing the leadership of the ANC. So what happens is, because it's the delegates, the branch delegates that go to these conferences to go and elect new leadership. So they try and make sure that people they don't like don't go to the conferences. And so, and there are various methods of making sure that the people they don't like don't actually go to the conference, don't become delegates from their branches. And this is why the gatekeeping process, basically, you'd have parallel structures in some cases, parallel branches, in some cases. In some cases, you have meetings that are called at midnight without others being informed, so that they don't participate, they don't take part. But basically, it's about excluding others that you regard as your rivals from participating in electing new leaders. That is the main thing. So, and when you are aware that you were excluded, illegitimately, incorrect, then you have the right in terms of the Constitution to take the matter forward to the courts. And this is what happened in the Free State, I think, on 2 occasions, when they had to take the Provincial Executive Committee of the Free State to the court, and it was annulled in 2012 and in 2017. And those are the most 2 prominent cases. But it's normal to take it to court because things are done unconstitutional, some of these delegates. So the dispute basically is about excluding others from participating in elected leaders, and therefore excluding them from leadership. That's the main reason for that.
It all doesn't help at all, doesn't it, when it comes to talking about unity and renewal, as we see the ANC members dancing on stage towards the end of the conference. Unity and renewal for 2 very important occasions. One, Omry, is, of course, ANC elective conference, the national conference come December. The other is the elections in 2024. The ANC doesn't have much time to show that they can handle situations like this, both internally and, of course, in 2 years' time for the national election. South Africans starting to believe the ANC can't fix its own problems.
I agree with you. At the moment, it does not manage to solve its own problems, and it has not managed. As you see, all this elective conference that took place recently, Ekurhuleni, KZN, Mpumalanga, eThekwini, all of them had the same problem, accreditation problems, and people attending who are not supposed to attend, and those who should be there not being allowed to attend. And that's why we have these problems. But it's because the ANC is still partially captured, from the era of the Guptas and the Watsons. I'm sorry about that to say that, because people think that maybe it has passed, but we still have deployees of the Guptas and the Watsons in charge, and they are undermining the ANC internally. So until we reform, we believe, the ANC electoral process, we cannot really solve this problem at the moment.
And that's not going to be solved before December this year, if history is anything to go by. Omry, I appreciate your time in speaking to us. Political analyst Omry Makgoale joining us this morning, unpacking what has been a very messy ANC North West conference.